Have you ever noticed how your dog can be perfectly calm 1 second and then, in the blink of an eye, become a completely different animal? It's as if a switch was flipped deep inside their brain. As humans, we often look for logical, verbal reasons for these shifts, but dogs operate on a much faster, more primal frequency. They don't listen to our explanations, they react to our energy. In this video, we are exploring the 8 powerful emotional triggers that can change your dog's behavior instantly. These are not slow transitions, they are immediate neurochemical responses. Let's decode the invisible signals you're sending right now. Number 1. Sudden changes in your tone. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to the music in your voice. They might learn the meaning of certain words like treat or walk, but what they react to instantly is not the word itself, it is the rhythm and pitch behind it. When you use a high-pitched, upbeat tone, it works like a biological switch. It stimulates their system, increases dopamine, and you can almost see the excitement rise in their body. On the other hand, when your voice becomes low, sharp, or tense, it can feel like a sudden stop signal to them. That is when you might notice freezing, lip-licking, or even cowering. Many owners do not realize that they are filling their dog's environment with emotional intensity just through their voice. If you call your dog with a frustrated "come here," they are not focusing on the command. They are reacting to the tension. In that moment, their nervous system shifts into survival mode, and survival will always come before obedience. If you want to change your dog's behavior in a positive way, you need to practice vocal consistency. If you've ever noticed your dog reacting to your tone more than your command, give this video a like, because understanding matters. Number 2. Physical tension in your body. Long before you ever say a single word, your body has already sent a message. Dogs are naturally wired to read body language, especially from other mammals, and that includes you. Even a small change like slightly stiffening your shoulders, puffing up your chest, or holding your breath for a moment can instantly switch on your dog's alert system. This is what we call proprioceptive communication, where your body speaks louder than your voice. Think about when you're out walking and you spot another dog coming toward you. Without even realizing it, you might tighten your grip on the leash or lock your knees. You haven't said anything, but you've just sent a clear red alert signal straight down that leash. Your dog feels that tension immediately and may shift into a defensive or reactive mode. If you want to change your dog's reaction, you have to start with your own body. When your body feels calm and fluid, your dog is much more likely to mirror that same calm, fluid energy. Number 3. Departure cues. Anxiety doesn't actually begin the moment you step outside and close the door. It often starts much earlier, sometimes 20 minutes before you even leave, when you pick up your keys, grab your bag, or put on that specific pair of shoes you always wear to go out. Dogs are incredibly sharp when it comes to recognizing patterns. They notice the smallest routines, and over time, those simple actions become powerful signals. In your dog's mind, those departure cues mean one thing: the person who makes me feel safe is about to disappear. The moment you grab that bag, your dog's heart rate begins to climb. By the time you actually leave, they are already at a level 10 stress response. This is why sudden destruction happens. It's the release of built-up pressure. To break this cycle, you need to take the emotional weight away from those cues. Pick up your keys and then sit down to watch TV. Put on your shoes and then go feed your dog or walk into another room. When those actions no longer always lead to you leaving, the trigger slowly loses its power and your dog begins to feel safer again. Number 4. Eye contact pressure. In the canine world, eye contact is a high-stakes tool. Soft, slightly squinted eyes, sometimes paired with a slow blink, are a sign of warmth and safety. That kind of gaze actually encourages bonding and can even support the release of oxytocin, the hormone connected to trust and connection. But a hard, fixed stare with no blinking is a completely different message. To a dog, that kind of prolonged eye contact feels like a direct challenge or even a predatory threat. A lot of owners don't realize this and will stare straight into their dog's eyes when the dog has done something wrong, thinking it shows authority. From the dog's perspective, though, that intense visual pressure can instantly push them into a stress response. Some dogs will shrink down, tuck their tail, and show submissive behavior. Others may stiffen up or even growl because they feel cornered. If your goal is to calm a dog down quickly, the most powerful thing you can do is soften your eyes or briefly look slightly away. By lowering the visual pressure, you allow their nervous system to downshift from a state of confrontation to a state of cooperation. Number 5. Social rejection or exclusion. Dogs are deeply social animals, and their sense of safety is strongly connected to feeling included in their family group. When you suddenly turn your back during play or ignore their attempt to connect, it can trigger an instant stress response. In many cases, this hits them harder than physical correction. Being excluded creates emotional discomfort, often linked to shifts in brain chemistry that increase anxiety and lower their sense of security. You might notice your dog pacing, whining, or showing small displacement behaviors like scratching or sniffing the ground. Those actions are not random. They are attempts to cope with the tension and find their way back into connection with you. That is why this trigger should be used carefully. Instead of raising your voice, calmly stepping away or briefly withdrawing your attention can clearly communicate a boundary while still protecting your dog's emotional well-being. Number 6. Competing rewards. We often call a dog stubborn or defiant when they ignore us and suddenly take off chasing a squirrel. But what's really happening isn't stubbornness. It's something called competing motivations. The moment a stronger, more exciting stimulus appears, maybe the smell of a juicy burger or the quick movement of a cat, your dog's emotional focus shifts instantly. Their brain doesn't hesitate. It quickly weighs what feels more rewarding in that exact second. In a split moment, your dog is running a fast internal cost-benefit analysis. If the thrill of the prey feels more valuable than your praise or treat, they'll choose the thrill. Almost every time. That doesn't mean they don't love you. It doesn't mean they're trying to challenge you. It simply means biology is doing its job. If you want to truly manage this trigger, the goal isn't to fight the distraction, it's to become more valuable than it. You do that by consistently building a strong history of meaningful, high-value rewards. When your presence, your praise, and your engagement feel deeply rewarding, the emotional weight of staying with you can outweigh even the most tempting distraction. Number 7. Your emotional state. This is really the master key behind almost every behavior you see in your dog. Dogs are incredibly sensitive. You can think of them as living biosensors. They pick up on changes in your heart rate, shifts in your scent, and even the tiny tension patterns in your muscles. So when you feel anxious, frustrated, or overly excited, your dog often reflects that change almost instantly. That's why you'll often notice that calm people tend to have calm dogs. If you walk into a stressful situation holding your breath, moving quickly, and carrying tense energy, your dog will rise to that same level. But the opposite is also true. When you slow down, breathe deeply into your belly, relax your shoulders, and soften your jaw, your dog feels that shift too. In many cases, regulating your own nervous system can steady a nervous dog faster than any command or treat. You set the emotional tone of the home. Your dog simply responds to it. Dog behavior isn't a mystery. It's a reaction. Every time your dog's energy shifts, it is a response to one of these 8 triggers. They are constantly reading the world, and specifically you, to decide if they should be afraid, excited, or relaxed. When you start to see these triggers in real time, you stop training and start communicating. You realize that your tone, your posture, and your inner peace are the most powerful training tools you own. The next time your dog's behavior changes instantly, don't ask what is wrong with them. Instead, ask which switch was just flipped. Once you know the trigger, you hold the key to the solution.